Alrighty. First episode of the
It's time.
podcast.
It's been such long awaited. It's been like 3 days.
We came up with this idea literally 3 days
3 days ago. It was my idea originally.
It was.
It's pretty good.
I was just playing Fortnite and you were like, we should start a podcast. And now we do.
Now we do. And guess what the name is? Quack Zone.
Quack Zone is the name of the podcast. You probably know this if you're watching this video or listening to this podcast because it says it on the podcast.
It's probably going to do that, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, episode 1 of Quack Zone. I guess we don't necessarily have a plan for what it's going to be.
Because it's going to be it's going to be scripted. It's just going to be like...
It's going to be scripted?
It's not going to be scripted. So we have ideas, but we won't have it's not going to be scripted. So it's going to be we're going to jump on and whatever happens, happens for the most part. We
will have people that we will bring onto the podcast probably and interview and have it be 3 people instead of 2. And we'll have a couple topics. Like the next episode is going to be talking about our 10 favorite movies of all time. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
But for this first probably it's going to be very short. Probably not going to be very long.
Probably 30-ish minutes.
Maybe-ish. Not too long.
Depends how long.
But we're just going to go through, we have a list of introductory things to just basically introduce ourselves for the first episode of the podcast. And fair warning, this is going to be very jank. This is going to be scuffed. This is not going to be professional.
But it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
It's still fun.
It's still fun. That's all that matters. It's fun.
Okay, first thing is our names. What is your name, Isaiah?
My name is Isaiah. What's your name, James?
My name is James. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's a great shirt.
You like your shirt. It's a good shirt. Okay. All right. And I haven't even had any caffeine.
Same.
All right. Ages. We both are the same age.
21.
Not 21.
18.
If you had alcohol, I think you'd crash out.
I'd crash.
We're both 18. Very simple. Very easy.
Pretty simple, yeah.
I guess maybe we should elaborate on that a little bit more because we're going to rush through the questions. How do you feel about being 18?
Man, it's great. You know, when I first turned 18, it just didn't even feel like I turned 18. Remember that? Remember that whole thing we had?
I had because I am older, technically, right?
By like a month or two.
Yeah,
March.
and I turned 18, and I was like, what the crap? I'm 18. That's weird.
And I turned 18, and I was just like, it's another day in the life. I mean, genuinely, I didn't really feel like I was 18 until I don't know, a month or so after. I still don't necessarily feel 18 because I haven't done anything that you can do as 18.
Yeah.
The only limitations between
I have. I mean, I pay taxes. I
have not done my taxes yet.
You have not done your taxes?
I have the papers that I need to do them. I don't have.
Did you not have a job last year?
I did. I have Legends. I have Legends and I have here now.
Did you not do your taxes for last year at Legends?
No, I didn't.
You're supposed to do them every year.
Well, because it's still in the same year because I started in January.
Oh, you okay? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I didn't have I didn't have a job.
So it wasn't last year.
It's all this year.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm almost 19 in a month or two.
I'm almost 19.
Literally a month, I'll be 19. Which is so weird because when I think of 19-year-olds, I think of people who are it's so weird. I think of people who are tall and skinny and buff and have their lives together. And I'm none of those things.
You're skinny-ish.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm 18, almost 19.
I'm almost 19 as well. In a few months, I turned 19 in July. Yours is March 6th, March something like that.
March 17th.
17th.
I was born on St. Patrick's Day, and I have red hair that you can't really see because I just shaved my head. But
I did not yet.
You can't really see that it's red, but it's red. I promise you. I'm not lying. I would never lie.
I would
never.
I would lie, but only to him, not you.
How we met. This is funny.
This is great. This is great.
Do you want to tell it? Because you're funny. You tell it funnier.
Okay, so we met at church, right? We're both Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Still are. Mm-hmm. Was back then. Will be forever. Anyway.
Mark Zuckerberg?
Who's that guy?
You don't know who Mark Zuckerberg is?
I know his name, but I don't know.
He made Facebook.
Oh, yes. Facebook.
And he said, I was human. And everyone's like, was human? And he's like, and still am human. Still will be always human. And it was very fun. Okay, go on. I interrupted you.
It's fine, man. So we met at church, and I had a Balin Levine shirt on. If you don't know who Balin Levine is, he's great. Best YouTuber ever. He's so funny.
He's very funny.
Anyway, he does pranks and stuff. Anyway, I had a Ban Levine shirt on. It was a Frick tie-dye shirt on, and he was like, I think I know that guy. And I was like, Ban Levine? I showed him a picture, and he's like, yeah. Literally, ever since that day, it's been like forever. Best friends forever.
I mean, yeah, like, pretty much.
It was literally like, nice shirt, let's go be best friends.
Yeah, and then we were just best friends. It's so weird. I feel like it wasn't instant, but that's where it definitely started.
It started from there.
I never talked to him basically before then. Which is funny because I was at church and I hadn't met you, and your mom came up to me and my mom and was like, saw that I was like around your age and was like, do you play video games? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, my son plays video games. You guys should get together and hang out because you didn't have friends.
It's so sad. It's so sad.
I was like, in my mind, someone's mom coming up to me and saying, my son plays video games. You guys should be friends. Immediately came across as, this kid doesn't have friends. All he does is play video games. And his mom is desperately trying to get him friends. I mean, kind of was the case.
It was sort of, but I don't know.
I don't know. I think she was just being nice. But I was like, okay, yeah, I'll see him when I see him. And then I met you, and I didn't even realize you were the one.
You were the kid.
I didn't realize that you were the kid who didn't have friends and play video games. But I mean, now we're best friends, so it worked out.
Yeah, man, it's great. It's so good. Anyway, so yeah, the shirt. And then it was, the shirt, man. It was just the shirt.
Yeah.
It was like, that's a nice shirt. I said, thank you. Showed him a picture. I don't remember how it started. I think, did we sit together that day at church? I don't remember. It was at youth group, by the way.
Yeah. We played a game.
I think we did. I don't know if we teamed up. I don't remember.
I don't know if you remember the first time I came to youth group. But
I think it wasn't that day.
I came with my 2 cousins and maybe my sister, and y'all were playing Among Us at the table.
Really?
And I didn't have a phone at that time, so I couldn't play Among Us. I didn't have a phone either.
What did I have? Did I have a phone?
I thought you were playing Among Us with everybody. I didn't know anybody, so I was just kind of sitting there, not talking to anybody because I didn't know anyone. And they were all playing Among Us, and I didn't have a phone, so I couldn't join.
So sad. So sad.
And then my cousin, his dad was really, my uncle was very particular about what they did on their phone, so he's texting and calling his dad, asking him if he could install Among Us to play Among Us with everybody. It was really funny.
Incredible.
But yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I really don't remember anything else that happened that specific day. But I do remember later that you told me, I think there was the last day that you came there, and it was right before we were leaving youth group. You told me to watch Gravity Falls. Remember that? Yeah. You told me to watch Gravity Falls.
I was like,
and then I gave you it was a great show, and I watched it. Mm-hmm. And I remember that I gave you you showed me those videos that you made on Minecraft, the YouTube videos you made on Minecraft.
Oh yes.
And I was like, dude, that's so cool. You have to keep doing that. And I gave you that motivational speech to keep.
I remember.
I was like, that's.
I remember
so
you
cool.
told me that, and I was like, that's kind of stupid, but okay, because I was planning to keep doing it anyway. Sorry that your motivational speech I thought was kind of stupid at the time. But
that's so sad.
Yeah,
but now it doesn't matter.
Now it doesn't matter. I know. It's like we're exposing each other on this podcast.
We're yes. We're exposing each other. We're gonna find new things. Like my top 10 movies for next episode. I don't know why I did it, but I feel like I need to do it too.
It's therapeutic. It's cathartic. Just let out all the anger.
All the anger. Let's drink lemonade, man.
It's not lemonade.
I know.
Drink break. Okay.
We're back.
Never left. Never left.
It never will. Forever.
This is gonna be an infinite video.
I know, right?
But
yeah, you told me to watch Gravity Falls, and it was a great show. It was great.
It was great.
That was pretty good.
Next thing, after how we met, is our short life stories.
We kind of just did that a little bit.
We kind of did, but that was mostly like friendship, like based on how we met.
Yes.
Short life story. Give me a short life story of you.
Short life story. The time that I broke my wrist, I was.
Oh, so you're saying I thought you meant I was thinking story of my life, not like one story.
No, one story. We could do both. I don't know. I mean, life story, a whole life story.
I don't know, just a summary.
Yeah, we could do just little bits, life highlights. There we go. That's better.
That's better.
Life highlights. One time I broke my wrist.
What?
Bet you never knew that.
It's not broken anymore.
It was 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Okay.
So it's not broken anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's good. And I can play Black Ops, man. So I was at my grandma's house with my cousin Seth. Obviously, you know Seth.
I know Seth.
That's my cousin.
Oh.
We were like, he was like my best friend, my favorite cousin ever.
Mm-hmm.
We always like spend the night at my grandma's house, his house, my house. We'd like go in the woods and it'd be a whole thing. The hill at Nana's house, the giant hill.
Yeah.
I went up there with Seth. We would run down it. Him and his brother would run down it, and I ran down it. But I had on rain boots.
Oh no.
So when I ran down the hill, I fell and I caught myself on my hands and I broke my wrist. And I remember specifically, this was hilarious. I looked at my hand. I woke up. I didn't wake up. I didn't pass out. But I looked at my hand. Like after I got up and I was done falling, I looked at my hand and it was a genuine like squiggle. Like it was like this. It was bad. I don't know if I can find pictures or not, but it was bad. It was like a scribble, and I remember I got up, I like put it in front of Seth's face. He was like here to the camera or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, we have a problem. I was like 13 or 14, maybe 12 at that time.
You're
and
just
I was like,
an actual shot.
I was like, we have a problem, and he was like, oh no. So we ran inside. Right? He ran inside to my grandpa. My grandpa was a G, right?
Yeah.
I went over there. I said, Papa, I think I broke my wrist. He said, can you move it this way? I was like, yeah, kinda. He's like, you're fine then. I was like, what do you mean? I'm not fine. My wrist is broken. And he was like, not in like a, this is annoying. I don't want to deal with this type of thing. But he was like, okay, let's deal with this. And he went upstairs to my grandma, and she was like, yeah, it's broken. That's exactly what my other cousin, when she broke his wrist, that's exactly what it looked like. So went to my house. My mom looked at it. I don't know if we had it wrapped up or not. I don't think we had it wrapped up. I went to my mom's house. And yeah, we went to the hospital. It was a whole thing. I had to put 2 pins in it. I broke it on my growth plate. So if I didn't fix it, I'd be like Nemo. And my wrist would be like this. And it would be like, yeah. So I have like a 12-year-old wrist for the rest of my life.
Oh, gotcha.
And now. Yeah, and I passed out when they took the pins out. That was funny.
What, just...
Yeah. I was like... I feel weird, and then I just passed out, and they thought I was having a seizure because my mom said I was shaking.
What?
So that was pretty crazy.
Dang.
So that's one of my life stories.
I've never broken a bone.
I can fix it for you if you want.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Another day. Next episode.
Next episode. That's it. That's
Top 10 movies and a broken arm. In parentheses, your broken arm. I'm gonna break your arm.
No. I didn't think about that one.
You gotta think about it. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Is that all you want to do for your life stories? You broke your wrist one time?
We can do like back and forth. Life story.
Okay.
Back and forth. That'll work.
Let me think. What is like... I don't know if I've told you this one before, but as a kid, my teeth didn't really like to fall out on their own. Almost all of them, I'd say like 90% of my baby teeth, I knocked out rather than them falling out on their own.
That's incredible.
Yeah. One of them, my dad would like play these games where he'd like chase us around and we'd run away, obviously, as fathers do.
Yep.
And we had this coffee table at the end of the couch, and I was like crawling under it, and I just crawled face first into one of the beams of the bottom of the table, and knocked out a tooth, and I was like, wait a minute, I get money, and I just like did not cry.
The pain, money outweighed the pain,
dude,
instantly.
I got a quarter, bro. You don't understand,
dude.
That was
Gumball.
money back then. That was money. Oh, dude, gumballs,
dude.
Bro,
gumballs.
Those hit different back then, bro.
They really did. It was always like, can I get a quarter for a gumball? You put it in the machine, you twist the thing. Oh,
and it was like,
so iconic, dude.
Have you ever been to a family video?
Ever been to a family video?
Yes.
No.
Store. It's like a movie rental store. They're
Yes.
out of business now.
Yes.
Yes.
I used to go all the time with my grandma. My other grandma.
They're out of business now because streaming services.
Yeah.
But you used to be able to rent like maybe even VHS. I don't know if you could do VHS.
I'm pretty sure they had VHS.
I think
I remember they did, yeah.
But I know they had like DVDs because we would get stuff from Family Video to watch. And they had this deal where if they had a gumball machine, and the one we had, if you got a white gumball, they would give you a free DVD to rent.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
I got the white gumball one time, and I was like, oh, and they were like, you get a free movie, and I was like, ah! And I freaked out, and I was like, what do I want? What do I want? And I was like running around the shelves looking at all the movies like, do I want that one? No. Do that one? No. No, I don't want to waste my gumball. And I finally picked a documentary about polar bears.
You did not.
The most
How
random
old were you at
thing.
this time?
Like 8.
8?
7 or 8. So young.
You looked at all the other things like, yes,
I
a
didn't
documentary of polar bears.
I didn't know what I
can't wait.
wanted. I was just like, I need to use this to
Power.
its utmost potential. It's free. I get to choose anything I want.
Dude.
And so I looked, and there was a documentary about polar bears, and I was like, it's perfect. And Olivia was like, that's stupid. Olivia's my sister. That's stupid. Why would you pick a documentary about polar bears? Pick something fun. And I was like, no, it's my gumball. I get to choose what I want for free. And that we were like bickering because me and my sister hated each other when we were younger.
Dang, really?
Dude, that employee had to be standing there like, what have I gotten myself into? But I finally picked this
oh my gosh.
DVD documentary about polar bears. And I watched that thing like 3 times in a row. when I
back
got
to
home.
back?
Back to back.
Oh my gosh.
It was like...
I gotta know everything about these
It was
polar
like
bears.
the coolest thing ever to me that I got a gumball and a free movie.
Did you get to keep it or did you have to return it back?
No, I had to return it. It was a rental.
Okay.
I didn't get it for free, no.
Okay, so you didn't fully get it. You just, okay.
Yeah.
That's fair, I guess.
But, dude, I got so sidetracked. The original story I was going to tell, when I was talking about my teeth getting knocked out.
That wasn't even the original.
I was like, I went on a tangent.
That's good.
My original story was my sister and I were in her room, and we would kind of go back and forth between hating each other's guts and wanting to literally kill each other, like rip out each other's throats, and then like just playing totally normally as kids.
It's hilarious. It's like Leah and Malachi.
It was hilarious actually. And we're like the best of friends now. Obviously, we're so chill now. But
it's amazing.
We hated each other as kids, and she we were in her room, and she had this big like wooden bed with just like a big wooden bed with like big headboard and footboards at either end. Mm-hmm. And on those footboards were these big wooden like balls at the end of the posts that you could take out, and there was like a dowel pin that you could like fit it into.
Okay,
that's important because we would take them out and throw them at each other. But there was one in there, and she hadn't taken it out, and so we had this idea, and we were like, wait a minute, when you get on one of those spinny things at the playground, it makes gravity and it pulls you out, right? What if we just spun really fast and like created artificial gravity ourselves? And so we like linked hands and started running in circles, and at a point we started moving so fast that we were just like holding onto each other and leaning outward and just running in a circle. We were like, it was like planetary orbit, and we were running. How did you
have this much room in your room?
It was in my old house when I was a little kid, so there's more room in her bedroom. Okay. But we had enough room, and we were also little kids, so it was like there was room. And so we were just running in circles as fast as we could, and I don't know if I think she did it on purpose, because I think it was like, as little kids, we were just like, we want to see how fast we can go. And so it was just like building in speed. And at a certain point, I think Olivia realized that the tension had to break and that there was only a maximum level of speed we could go. So her natural like thing to stop it was, I'll just let go. And she let go and stopped running, and I was still full like pelting like in this circle, and she let go, and it was like she catapulted me. That's the only way I can say it. And I literally launched off my feet, face first, right into that wooden ball on my teeth. Just,
oh my god!
And like 4 of my teeth fell out.
4 of your teeth?
Like knocked out multiple of my teeth, just bleeding. I was like tweaking out. My dad comes in. What happened? I was like, and Olivia was just laughing. She thought it was so funny.
Oh my god!
And so I go to the bathroom, and we're like washing out my mouth, and I'm like, why does my blood taste like this? And I'm like, my teeth. And my dad is like, that was really stupid. And I was like, and Olivia was just literally laughing her head off the whole time as I'm bleeding into the sink. It was pretty funny.
That is pretty great.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Yep.
That is, wow. I never knew that. That's hilarious.
Yep.
So you were the aggressive kid. You knocked their teeth out instead of.
She knocked my teeth out.
Did you get money for those?
What?
Did you get any for those teeth?
I did.
Did you get a quarter for each? Did you go back and get 4 more white gumballs and get 4 more?
I did not get. I think I saved those quarters. I think they gave me just $1.
What'd you buy? Candy bar?
Could not tell you. Could not tell you what that money went for.
You just saved that $1 and just bought.
I don't even know.
the
I got a
randomest
$2
stuff.
bill one time.
Oh, like the $2 bill?
That's and then I spent it on candy.
That's cool. I remember. Speaking of $2 bill, oh my gosh, I remember.
It was a waste.
It really was. I remember. $2 bill. Here's my life story.
Okay.
We were at Books A Million. Me and my grandma were at Books A Million, and we picked. I don't know what we were doing there specifically, but I think we went there to get books for something. Or I think when I was younger, she'd get books for us, grandkids. And I went there. You know how you are when you're younger. You got those few dollars. You want to spend them immediately, right? You want to go there. Oh, I want to get a drink.
Obviously,
I got to right now.
Yes.
I still do that now.
We still do that now. Yes.
I still do that now. Sometimes I got some bit. Anyway, I remember I had like $5, a couple ones, and a $2 bill. I didn't want to spend the $2 bill because it had like that barcode on it. You can look up on like the dollar finder or whatever, and it'll show you where you went in the world.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that, and we went to Books A Million. I wanted to get like not gumballs, a pack of jelly beans and like another candy or a drink or whatever, and I put it up there. I didn't have enough, and I was like, dang it. So I was like, I have to put this back. I think I was thinking about it, or I took this off, and my grandma got upset or whatever. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but she was like, just buy it. And I was like, what? And she took the money in my hand and she gave it to the person, and I was like, no, I wanted to spend that, and I was upset.
That's so sad.
I took the candy. It was good. It was good jelly beans though.
Dang.
But it was a little bit. I guess it's kind of whatever now, but at the time it was like the end of the world, you know?
Yeah.
At the time it was like, dude, there's no way you just took my $1 bill from me. Just give me just one more minute,
dude.
Ow.
Speaking of valuable money, my grandpa is very like stock market or not stock market, like the entire economy is going to crash. He believes everything, like money is going to be worth nothing, and so you have to collect, physical assets like gold and silver and stuff.
Gold, of course.
And he has like gold coins and whatever. He keeps them; they retain their value. All that fun stuff. But he was visiting us one time, and he wanted to teach me how to be responsible with things and keep them safe. And so he gave me this big like Canadian coin that was about this big, and it had like a little plastic casing on it to keep it safe.
I think I've seen one of those.
And it was worth about $50 when he gave it to me, and I think it like went up to like $60-$70 or something when I gave it back to him, because it had been a while, like a year or something. Oh. He gave it to me and he says, "This is going to teach you responsibility, okay? I'm going to give this to you, and you need to give it back to me when I come and visit again, okay?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll do that." And I did. I kept it by my bed, and I literally like kept it like under my mattress corner so that it would not get moved. And I would like every so often I would like take it out and look at it and be like, "This is so cool. This is so cool." And I would like I didn't want to take it out of the case because he had some coins that had never been like touched. They were like factory made, and humans hadn't touched them.
It's crazy.
But this one had. And he was like, "You don't want to touch it because the oil on your skin can degrade it. You can scratch it. If you do touch it, only touch it on the very edges." I was very careful with it. I was like, "This is like national treasure level."
This is like
and
assets. Dude.
Yeah, I was like very careful with it. And then he came to visit again, and I was like, "He's here. I have the coin." And I get it, and I bring it to him, and I was like, had it in both hands, and I was like, "You gave this to me last time and said to keep it safe for you, and I'm giving it back to you." And he looks at me, he was like, "Oh, thank you," and like took it. He had completely forgotten that he had given me the coin.
No.
And I was like, and I had been like 8 or 9 at this time, and even then I was like, "Grandpa, I saved this for you for a year."
It was that long?
And it was like a year. Like 8 months to a year. Like,
dang.
And I had that coin for so long, and I give it back to him, and he had completely forgotten that he had even given it to me in the first place.
Did you try to remind him? Be like, "You gave me this to give back to you."
He didn't remember.
Dang.
He just completely forgot. And I was like, $50. I could buy a car with that. Like, if you had forgotten about it, then it should have been mine. But, yeah.
Did he take it and not give it back to you?
No, he took it, yeah. Because it was his. Realistically, I was just borrowing it and holding it for him.
For $50 you never got.
I mean, I was just like, so sad that he didn't remember. But,
wow.
yeah.
That is great. Man,
I didn't even know like what. As a little kid, I don't know what my thought process was for keeping it. Like I was like
$50. That car.
No, but like he gave it to me, and like just told me to hold it and then give it back to him. Like he didn't say he was gonna pay me to do it or anything. He just gave it to me and was like, "Here, keep this safe." And I was like, "Okay." And then I gave it back to him, and I kept it safe. And it was just like, okay. I didn't even have to do anything. I just left it under my mattress for a year, and then remembered it.
That's amazing.
But yeah,
that is amazing. Man, what can I think? What story do I got? Man, I remember one time. This is gonna be kind of a short story, but one time the Suburban that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blue car. It's a 1999 Suburban, C1500. Anyway, it's blue. Doesn't matter. Family would call it the Blue Beast. We always used to take it to the zoo. That was fun.
Yeah.
I have another story. Okay, perfect. First story I was gonna tell. So one time we were in that car. I was younger. I don't think something was in the back seat, or I was up in the front seat for some reason. I don't remember when. But I was in the front seat. I was younger. I may have been 9, 10, maybe 11. No older than 12. And we were driving with my mom. And there was this curve. I don't know if you know. You probably won't know. It's in Columbia. Okay. If you go Columbia where McDonald's is, next to the hospital, you take a left after that, and there's another little bank there. You go there. There's like a sharpish turn. And I had unbuckled my seatbelt, and I opened the door on that curve.
What?
And I didn't have my seatbelt on. I opened the door. I was halfway out of the car. My mom grabbed me by my hand, and she was like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. I just opened the door. Help me, save me. And she pulled me back in, and I shut the door at the same time. It was all one fluid motion. It was like, and it was like, whoa. I was like, what are you doing? I said, I don't know. I don't know. And I dropped my stuffy back there. And I was like, no, my dog, Mom, my dog. And she's like, what do you mean? And she looked back, and she was like, no. And so we parked. We pulled over. And some old lady, I don't know if she was an old lady, but some lady got out of her car and she gave it to me. I was like, thank you. And I think I might have gave her a hug or something. And I went, I was like, oh.
God.
I didn't even care about my life at that point. I was like, no, my dog. It went away. I was like, whoa, my dog. I instantly forgot the fact that I almost died at like 10 years old, and I was immediately thought, I think it might have been a penguin. I think it was sentimental to me because my mom got it for me for my birthday or whatever. It was a penguin with a blanket and a hood on, almost like this alien. Yeah. But it was a penguin. Anyway, it was so good. And I was like, no, my animal. And she got it.
My animal.
The lady got it and gave it to me, and I was like, thank you so much. And my mom was like, thank you. And she was like, don't ever do that again. And I was like, I won't. Never gonna lose my dog again.
Trust me, I will not. I will not.
It's not worth the life of my dog.
Yep.
I promise.
I will die for my dog.
My stuffed dog. So yeah, that was that. And another story, speaking of the Blue Beast, the car, we had went to the zoo, and my grandma would always get us like Cokes. Me and the grandkids always get us like Cokes from McDonald's. $1.09. I'll never forget that number because it was always $1.09.
Yeah.
We went there, and after the zoo, we came back, and I had this little bottle. It was like the sippy bottle. It was like where you flip the thing up, and you flip it up, the straw comes up, and you suck on it, and you drink the drink. Anyway, I had that, and I filled it up with Coke. And I don't know what I did or how it happened. I might have shook it, or I might have I don't know, I did something with the air pressure. But when I flicked it open, the Coke shot out of the top of it, and it hit the roof of the car. What? And there's still a stain there to this day that I can go back to of Dr. Pepper, and it shot out, and it was like a good 2 or 3 seconds of consistent streaming. It would come back down and go over my hands, and I remember me and Seth were back there dying laughing. It was so funny, and I was halfway upset because now half of my drink's gone. Yeah, but it was hilarious because it just shot up, and my grandma was mad at me.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Dude.
That was so funny. Man.
It reminds me of a time for Christmas, I got this Coke and Mentos kit. Maybe it was my birthday. One of those things. One of those holidays where you get presents.
One of those things where you get presents.
Yeah. But I was little, and I got a Coke and Mentos thing where you screw it onto the top of a 2-liter of Coke. Screw it on, and you put Mentos in it. And I think they got me Diet Coke, not regular Coke, so it didn't actually work.
Really?
Correctly.
I thought Diet Coke worked better. No, I guess not.
It was the one that doesn't work. I think it was Diet Coke. I think it's supposed to be Coke, and they got me Diet Coke, and Diet Coke doesn't work very well.
Dang. Okay.
But they like it works, but it doesn't quite work as potently.
Okay, makes
and
sense.
on the packaging, it said there's 3 steps. Screw it on. Put the Mentos in. I don't know how many steps it was, but it was like screw it on. Put the Mentos in. Pull the pin because there was like a little tube with the Mentos. Yeah, but it was like written on the box, and,
Okay.
then there was like a little pin, and you pull the pin out with a string, and then the Mentos fall in. Whoop, it goes in this guy.
It's incredible.
And it was basically just Coke and Mentos, but like more professional, I guess. Anyway, I read that, and it was like pull the pin and then run in big letters, and I thought it was like, this thing's gonna explode, bro, when I do it. And so I filled it up with Mentos, and I was there with some of my cousins. It must have been Christmas because I think my cousins were visiting.
Okay.
Anyway, I put them all in, filled it up, like 7 Mentos I think it said you were supposed to do, and I like yanked out the string, and I turned around and sprinted like at the top speed I could possibly
like it was a
go.
Firework,
dude. I ran all the way down to the end of my yard, and then I like turned around, and like the last bits of like the Diet Coke were pouring out the sides of the thing, and I was like,
I missed it.
I missed the whole thing, and then my cousins were just staring at me like,
Yeah. Were your cousins older
you
than
missed
you?
the thing.
Was your
A
cousins
couple of
significantly
them,
older
and some of them were younger.
Younger.
The older
That's
ones the older ones definitely thought I was more stupid than the younger ones did.
Have to.
Like, yeah, it was so sad because I wasted my present, but I did end up getting another like actual Coke bottle, and we did it again, and I watched it, and it was pretty cool.
You didn't run this time.
And I think I tried to like drink the Coke as it was falling from the sky.
That's amazing.
But yeah,
oh my god,
that was so fun.
Okay, skipping up a lot of years here. Back when we first met, after we met,
Yeah.
we went to church camp, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. Okay, we were like the legends of the church camp.
I'm telling you, dude.
We were literally like
crazy.
the legends of the church camp. The church camp we go to, I don't remember exactly what it is. It's on Signal Mountain. It's some church camp.
Signal Mountain Youth Camp. That's what it's called.
Signal Mountain Youth Camp. If you go on their Facebook or whatever. Okay, anyway, there's a thing we did. I can say that later. The thing we did is we wanted to do a prank, but we didn't want to make it a bad prank. We d't want to make it some like.
Well, let's do this first year first, because the first year we did dinosaurs.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you meant the other thing. Yeah.
We wanted to do some sort of prank. We wanted to do some sort of prank, but we didn't want to make it so drastic where we wouldn't get in trouble for it. And we didn't want to make it bad for other people. We wanted to make it funny, more on ourselves than other people.
Yeah.
Because that's the way you do pranks. You don't want to do pranks where you're just like punch someone in the face and prank, and they're actually dead. Murder.
Just killing people
just
as
not
a prank.
Because there's one prank that somebody did where they took the THC and they put it in stuff.
That wasn't a prank. They were just trying to drug it.
Oh, that's right.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. There was one prank that they did where there was a guy riding his bike and they put a trip line up and they almost decapitated him.
Yep.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That's the pranks that we did not want to do.
Yeah.
So what we ended up doing is, I remember specifically, I think I might still have the video on my phone, but he came over. This is before he moved in. He's moved in now at my parents' house. He came over for like a week or so because he lives in Alabama. I live in Tennessee. The youth camp was in Chattanooga. So he just came down here and stayed a night for a week. Anyway, we bought these blow-up dinosaur suits. And it had like the ones like with the big fluffy ones with the big...
It's the ones from like the meme. The meme ones.
Yes,
yeah, like,
the meme
like
one.
if you remember the old Mr. Beast video where he put 100 people in or however many people in dinosaur costumes and ran into a Walmart, it's those.
It's those. They were so good. We bought 2 of them, one for each. Obviously, they were like $30, $40.
$40. Yeah.
So worth it.
It was
100% worth
yes.
it. Oh my gosh, we saw the Aiden made the video.
Yeah, it's still up.
There's
still up.
There's
a video somewhere on the internet. You will not find it, but it's of me and him running around in dinosaur costumes
for like 30
Signal
minutes
Mountain.
Straight.
Yes,
so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we did that, and I remember specifically we had a couple other friends there that went with us, but separate. Well, they went there, and I met them there last year. He didn't meet them yet. Anyway, there's a couple other friends there. And I remember specifically Talon was one of our friends.
Yeah.
More my friend until he met him, but he was there in the bathroom. We were all in the bathroom.
Wait, Talon was in there?
Yes,
Oh, he was.
It was Talon.
You're so right.
We went in the bathroom. We both got in the same stall of the bathroom, and we were trying to put on the dinosaur suits because we wanted to go in the bathroom and like not be detected by people. We wanted to just nobody. The main thing was to not be detected. We
wanted it to be a surprise.
We wanted it to be a surprise, and we didn't want it to know nobody know who it was. So when we walked around camp, nobody be like, "Oh, it's a dinosaur!" We wanted to keep it like under wraps, so it's like just out of nowhere. These dinosaurs come out of nowhere, and they're here, and then they go away, and then nobody knows who it was, and they do it again. We wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. We went into the thing. We tried to get both of them on. We couldn't get both of them on. So what ended up happening is I don't know if did I film? I don't think I filmed. Did I?
What happened was you forgot your battery pack. We only had one battery pack. So the first
because you had it in your big suitcase.
Yep.
And then we moved it to your backpack, and we didn't have the battery pack. Yeah.
Yep.
So I couldn't get mine on, and you got yours on. I was like, "You want to just go, and I can do whatever. I can follow you and make sure nobody does anything or whatever." And he's like, "Yeah." So we went that. So he went first. I was following him, and I remember specifically, one of our friends, Talon, was in the bathroom, and I gave him I just passed him the backpack. I said, "Here, hold this."
Yeah.
And we walked out, and I think I did record you. I don't remember. I feel like I did. I did. I remember I did. I recorded you. I was watching you, and we were running out. It was so funny. People were like, "Yo, it's dinos! It's dinos!"
Dude, people were actually tweaking out.
It was so funny.
It was really funny.
And then Talon gave me back the backpack or whatever. Anyway, I had the backpack on. I was walking around. We was doing you. We wanted to do more stuff. We didn't want to just walk around. We wanted to do stuff in the dino.
We wanted to like go around and do all like the free time activities like gaga ball and volleyball and swings and whatever in the dinosaur costume.
So that's what we did. We walked around. Let me give you a little bit of layout. I have the bathroom, and then you have this the concrete place, and then you have like this big open field. It's on a mountain, so it's huge.
Yeah.
And then we got this little eating area to the right, and we got the swings back to the left, and we have the gaga pits in front of us, and we have big yard. Yeah. He walked in between the swing sets over here and the picnic tables, and he was over here, and there's another 9-square place where you can play 9-square where you have a ball and you hit it.
Oh yeah.
And did you do that? I think you did do that.
Yeah.
So we went in line. There was this one guy.
I wasn't very good at it, but
because you were blinded by the dino suit.
Yeah.
There was this one guy that walked up to us, and you tried to fight. I remember that.
Dude, he was like, "Oh, you want to square up, square?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." And we were like pretending to fight or whatever. And then people kept trying to tackle me. I guess like you get a bunch of teenagers, and it's inevitable that some small majority of these like 14-year-olds, their immediate reaction to anything crazy happening is just to tackle it. Because everybody kept like running up behind me and just like bear hugging, tackling me in the dinosaur costume. And I was like, this thing is going to get so many holes in it. Like it's not going to
So
be
sad.
able to retain air. And the second day it actually did have holes in it, and it was hard to keep it inflated.
Did we do tape or something like that?
We tried to tape it, but the tape kept coming off. We should have had duct tape.
I mean, it wasn't tape there was a hole in the mask, right?
Yeah, we did tape that one.
I don't know the tell.
It was also hot in there.
It was hot, which gets to another part at the end.
Yeah.
Later, that was fun. Anyway, do you want to tell the rest of it? The rest of the part of the well, you did the gaga ball pit and then...
Oh yeah, I went to the gaga ball pit, and played gaga ball a little bit, and then got out of there. And there was one kid at camp who, a little bit of context, there's this game called Like a Dino. And
oh my gosh!
in that game, there's a song that plays that's made by like the creator. It's its own song, and it's like and it just plays on repeat basically as you play the game. And Isaiah was playing this game near this kid named David who did not like the song at all. And every time he'd play it, David would get so mad. So me being in the dinosaur costume, we went over to where David was sitting with his friends. And we started playing the Like a Dino song, and I was like dancing around in the costume, and David was getting so mad. It was really funny.
We weren't bullying him.
Well, no,
it was the fact that he got so annoyed that
he would get
way too overreacted.
Yes, he would. Isaiah would start playing the song, and within like the first second or two of him playing it, David would go, "Stop! Turn it off!" and get so angry. And we just had to do it. I mean, we had to go and play it in the dinosaur costume because it was too perfect.
He's chill now, though.
Oh, he's chill. He's definitely more chill.
He's definitely
he's in
more
college
chill.
now.
Yeah, it's crazy. So. But I remember that was funny.
Yeah.
And then I remember Did you do the swings? Or I did the swings. I think you did the swings.
I did the
recorded
swings. Yeah.
That was funny. You swing on the swing. It was hilarious.
Yep.
We didn't do go-karts, though, because we couldn't get on the go-karts.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us get on the go-karts.
That was sad.
Mm. We were like, can we get on the go-karts? They were like, no. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But it would have been so funny
That would have been so funny.
Be driving in that.
Dude.
And I'm a decent go-kart driver. I would not have crashed. To be fair.
Me, on the other hand, I probably would have crashed.
You probably would have, like, killed yourself. You probably would have died.
Yes. Okay, and then same day, or not same day, I think it was the same day. We go back and get the battery packers the next day.
That was the next day.
Next day. We both got in the dino
Yes.
outfits.
It was like the first day me, and then the second day we both.
Real quick, before that, when he was just in the dinosaur outfit and people were coming up to fighting us, one of the instructors there was like,
oh yes.
And one of the instructors came up to us. He wasn't mad. He was good. He was chill.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't mind y'all being in the dinosaur outfits. You just can't be fighting. I don't want y'all to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, y'all are good for everything else. And I said, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was so chill. It could have easily.
I feel like at first he saw people tackling me and it was like a little bit mad, but once I feel like he came up and was like, hey, listen, like, well, we're gonna shut this down or you can't be tackling, yada yada yada. And I was like, okay, and then he was chill after that. But at first he was like a little bit combative.
Okay.
Like he was ready to
fight.
to like
He's ready
not
to tackle
fight,
this dinosaur.
but he was like, we cannot be doing this. And I was like, okay, man, I don't want no trouble. I'm just a dinosaur. Listen, man, I'm extinct.
So good. But yeah, after that he was chill. He could have easily just been like, no dinosaur outfits, put it up now.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
But he did let us keep doing it.
Which was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I remember that he fought with somebody, and he said that. And then we both got in the dinosaur outfits, and that was hilarious.
That was amazing. I remember, there was one time where there was like a ditch that ran under a bridge that just was for water down to the lake.
Yes.
And I did this thing where I like ran down to the ditch and I like did a really exaggerated like attempt to jump over and just face planted on the other side. And it was intentional. I meant to do it because it looked funny, but it was really good.
That was
funny.
so good. I remember when I got in the dinosaur outfit, we went up to the guy named David again, and he thought it was funny, and everybody else, all of our friends, Liam and Talon, they both thought it was funny. All of them thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Or Talon specifically said, I remember he looked at us and he was like, "It's just funny."
Yeah.
While I was in the dinosaur outfit, and he was like, "Who is that?" And I looked at him. He's like, "That's just funny." It was so good. Talon's really cool, by the way.
Talon's cool.
He's like the coolest guy ever. Like look wise, everything. He's just cool.
Just has.
He's just like
nonchalant aura. I
literally,
guess
that's
you could
fair.
say.
Yeah, he's just like I don't know. He's just chill.
Yeah.
And he's also funny. He has a good personality. He's not like this like the douchebag cool guy. He's funny, and what's what makes him cool.
Okay, we don't need to glaze Talon that much. But
so he's really cool.
Okay. It wasn't even that like crazy of an idea to just wear dinosaur costumes, but I feel like nobody did stuff like that.
Nobody else done that.
Nobody else.
All we was doing the bad.
Everybody was trying to do bad pranks. Like I said, like the first year when we did that, some guy drugged a girl and she had to go to the hospital.
It was crazy.
They dumped THC in her drink, pressured her into drinking it. That sucked. Not cool.
Don't
obviously.
do that.
Yes. Don't do that, please. No,
Get canceled on the first
that was
podcast.
crazy. Like, yeah, there was some crazy stuff that went down at church camp,
Really
but
did.
we wanted to keep it like funny and crazy, but not bad.
Yeah,
yeah.
that was the main idea.
Yeah. People were like, they were like covering each other's cabins with trash and stuff.
Remember that? I remember one of our other friends wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Surround the cabin in trash. That was just a dumb idea.
And and they would like take all their clothes off the clothesline and just like dump them on the ground. It was just dumb pranks.
It was just not funny pranks.
I don't know.
It just like ruined people's stuff.
Yeah.
Pranks. This was like funny. We walk around in blow up dinosaur outfits.
Yeah.
There's no harm in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I went up back to what I was originally saying, we went up to David and I took his hat and I ran away with it in the dinosaur outfit. And I can remember him. He was in the background. He's like, "Hey, come back, give me my hat!" And I kept running, and I just threw it behind me, and I kept running.
Which, by the way, looks hilarious when you're in a dinosaur costume because the head is going
Yes.
as you're running.
It's going crazy. It is hilarious. The head is like this long above your head,
Yes.
and it just like
It like
I mean,
flows in the wind.
It's
almost.
hilarious.
It's crazy.
It's like you move your head and it floinks down. And
Yeah.
it's hilarious. It's just such a floppy thing to have.
Dude, yeah.
I remember that I ran and it threw his hat up and I just kept running. It was so funny.
Yes.
Such an iconic moment.
Yeah.
At church camp and just in general, like
Yeah.
it was hilarious.
Yep. Oh, and then the next year, so after we did the dinosaur costumes,
Wait, there's one more thing on that.
Go for it.
One more thing. If you want to tell it, you can go for
Which
it.
one?
The one where we the run thing.
Oh yeah, that one. They do this fundraiser at Signal Mountain called Orphan Run for Hope. Basically, the bunch of people donate money for however many people like run this mile or two.
It was a mile.
It's a mile. You
I'm
run a
pretty sure
mile, and if you run the mile throughout the entire basically camp, you raise money for orphan children, which is cool. And so we did the Orphan Run for Hope in the dinosaur costumes.
So funny.
And it was really funny, and it was really hot.
It was so hot.
It
I
was
remember
so
I kind of almost passed out.
Really?
I got a little lightheaded almost.
Yeah.
I got a little bit lightheaded. I was like, oh, I had to take a break. And so I kind of just walked, and I was like, I was like actually breathing. I was like,
because there's
it was,
no ventilation.
no vent.
in
There's
that.
no. It was just. It's just hot. The only
And
air,
especially when it's summer.
especially when it's summer. It was like July.
Yeah,
And
you're
especially-
hot and sweat just drips.
Trips. It was like
Yeah.
yes, trips. And the only air you get is from the little air in the back. That's like in the back, and it's the little fan. It's like, it's literally this
That
big.
Yeah.
It's just literally like a little thing, and it does not much cool at all. It just has it so the batteries don't overheat, right, and bring air into the.
No, it just inflates the suit.
Just inflates the suit. Okay. Batteries overheat. I don't know why I said that. Obviously, it doesn't do that. Yeah, it inflates the dinosaur. That's the only air you get.
Yeah.
But it was so good.
It was fun.
It was so fun, and I remember, we ran it. How did you feel when you were running it? Was it like just?
It was
insanely hot?
really hot, and so I had to stop more than usual because I was just sweating buckets. And a couple times I like unzipped a hole in the front of my dino suit to like get air and like breathe fresh air.
I think I did have to do that too.
But I mean that's basically what I did. I don't think I ever like felt like I was gonna pass out, but it was definitely just hot.
It was very hot. I was a little bit lightheaded. I was what do you call it? Hyperventilating a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't like bad. I wasn't like to the point where I was gonna pass out. I just was getting to that point if I didn't do something.
Yeah.
At the end, I pushed myself. I was like, I have to finish strong. So I was sprinting, full sprinting the dinosaur suit. You know, where the big you go up. In front of the boys' cabin, behind the Gaga pit, that hole where the horse track is, the Gaga and the the go karts, and that whole big pit. From like the start of those trees to like the finish, I just sprinted, full sprint.
Oh dang!
I might have got to the concession stand, like where it goes through the thing, and I might have got there, but I was just full. I was passing people and everything. They were like, "Go Dino, go Dino!" Did we finish? I don't remember if we finished together. I don't think we finished.
I don't think we did. I don't know who finished first.
No, we did because we had the pictures. I think no.
Maybe
it might have
was
been just
close.
one. I think it was close. I think he might have waited. I think we did. Didn't we do that? Let's say we wait a second so we can both go at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel like we did that. So we went. So after we full sprinted, we got up and we went at the same time. I think we did it because I think we stopped and talked. Oh, another thing we did that was hilarious is we were holding hands and we were skipping.
Yes.
In the dinosaur.
Yes, I remember that.
When we both put them on, it was so funny.
That was hilarious.
Oh, and didn't we kiss with the suits?
I think we did.
think
We were like
did.
making out with the dinosaur suits. That's so
so funny.
stupidest stuff. It was
Hilarious. But I think the best part of the whole dinosaur suit, other than it being hilarious, is that getting on the Facebook page of the Signal Mountain Youth Camp, running the Orphan Run of Hope with the chains on.
Yes.
We get after the end of the race, they give you like a little medallion thing you can wear.
Yeah.
And we were in the pictures on Facebook on the official site.
Yeah.
It
They
was
posted pictures
amazing.
of us, and then we also, at the end of every day, they have a photographer or videographer that goes around and takes like drone video and videos of the campers doing stuff, and we got into camp video.
Yes, and
doing
you were on
it.
the swing. You had
Yes.
them on the swing.
Yep. We got into camp video, and getting the camp video is basically just like, it's mostly luck, or if you either get into it by luck or you do something like really cool.
Which was the dinosaur.
Which was the dinosaur one. But yeah.
That was good.
That was the dinosaur.
All right, now you can tell
Yes.
You can do that because that was more your idea.
Yeah. The next year,
So
which is the last year that we could go, we were like, because we aged out essentially. It's a youth camp.
unfortunately,
We go and we're like, we have to do something crazy.
he came over. He still lived in Alabama. He came over for another week, so we had a time to plan.
Yes.
Of something to do.
And I was like, let me think about this because we had done the dinosaur costume last year, and I felt like if we want to do something crazy, we had to up the ante from the dinosaur costumes and do something better.
Yep.
So I was trying to think, and I was like, what can we do? And I had a couple ideas. I was like, we could run a Ponzi scheme with the camp money. They had like camp cards, and if you don't know what a Ponzi scheme is, it's illegal. So I decided against it. You can look it up; it's illegal. And I thought about, I don't know, making counterfeit camp cards and doing like a counterfeiting ring. I thought of a lot of crimes, but I was like, again, we don't want to do bad pranks. Like,
That'd be funny.
So what we ended up doing was we thought it'd be cool if we did a treasure hunt throughout the camp that we made and that had prize money at the end.
So I'm getting flashbacks again.
And we were like, well, we should actually put effort into it because we don't want to just like write, on notebook paper and be like, go to here, go to here.
Me personally, I think a little bit of him too. When we do something like that, it has to be.
We want to do it to the
wants
best.
to be good.
Yes,
it has to be good.
So basically, we went and I designed the whole thing. Like I wrote out like where all the puzzles would be, and I had already been to camp, so I knew where all the locations were. And essentially, how it worked was there were 5 different areas, and we had a website. So we had QR codes.
Made an entire website.
Yes, we had like QR codes with our like little logo on it. We called it Pandora's Lockbox. If the odds that anyone who went to Signal Mountain Youth Camp is watching this is low, but if you did during that year and you saw those, that was us.
The wardens. Nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
So cringe. We had like these little QR codes with our little Pandora's Lockbox logo on it, which was just like a lock with an eye on it. And you scan the QR code, which, fun fact, don't scan public QR codes that you just find randomly because there's a good chance that you could go to a bad link. So not really a good idea, but
perfect for us because he was in the crime realm, so.
Yeah.
You had to add the crime, something suspicious in it.
Yeah, I built a website on Wix. I did I paid for a month or something, and I built a website and I designed it mostly for mobile because I figured that people were going to be using it on their phones. Nobody has their laptop there. And you scan it and you get to this page and it basically explained the rules to you and said, these are the rules. You have to find clues hidden around. You have to solve these riddles and these puzzles. And once you do, you can get passwords to move on to the next stage. And there were like 5 different stages. Each one had a puzzle on the website that once you solved the puzzle, it would give you an answer to then go to a location in camp to go find a little sticker that had our logo on it that had like printed words. And it was really cool.
It was so
because
cool.
We like went through a sticker company to get like a bunch of stickers for it, for the QR codes and all the clues that we hid around. And I planned everything out and I made it work on the website and we tested it like a bunch of times to make sure it worked. And we recorded one of the parts that we did was literally a YouTube video. I don't know if we actually included that. Did we include that?
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah, we did. It was the first clue.
It was the first clue. That's what it was. There was a YouTube video.
Under the
and
table in the cafeteria.
yes, we basically we brought an armchair outside into the woods
Rocking
in the backyard.
leather armchair.
Yes.
We have woods in my house. We have woods back there.
Yeah.
And we kind of place it a little bit in there so it's like ominous and mysterious.
Yeah.
And we put it there and we had it recorded.
It was just like a leather armchair sitting in the middle of the woods, and we had a camera and we set it up, and we like sat
all
in
black on.
Yeah, we sat in the chair and we kind of made it like edit a little glitchy, and we basically gave the first clue, and yeah. So then we set it all up, and I got all the stickers printed out, and I set it up so at the end the way you have to find us is we had these name tags that said ILYS, ILYS on it. And the way it worked was once you found the final clue, it would tell you to find the people with the ILYS name tags on, come up to them, and say the phrase, "The moon is getting closer." And that was just a random phrase I came up with that sounded cool.
Cool.
But that was the idea. So we had these name tags on for like the entirety of camp up until the point that the thing ended and someone found it. And then we had the ILYS, and people were asking us like, what's this? And we're like,
Don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, we got to camp and we were like, we didn't want people to know what was going on. We wanted it to be pretty secretive.
For me personally, it felt like a secret mission.
It really did.
It really it was like when we got to camp, I looked at camp completely differently.
It was.
It was like we were these people that were gonna put stuff around the camp. Nobody was gonna know it was us, except for the people who come up to us, look us in the eyes, and say the moon is getting closer.
Yeah.
Such a cool phrase. The way it felt like a secret mission.
It genuinely did. It felt like a secret mission, and it was like weirdly cool.
It was so cool.
Like nobody knew about it. Sick. Nobody knew about it but us. And so
we didn't tell anybody. We told nobody. Mom, Dad, nobody.
Yeah, nobody knew about it at all. We were literally like, just don't even ask us about it. We'll tell you later. And the thing was, we didn't want to tell the counselors because the counselors might get like iffy about it. Yeah. Like, we didn't know how they were going to feel about it, so we just didn't tell them either. But we basically I had like a stack of QR codes, and I literally the first thing I did when I got to camp, the night of camp, when everyone was eating dinner, I walked around to different areas and I took a sticker, and we had stickers with the clues on them, and each sticker had the password on the website to get to the next stage, and you had to like I said, follow the puzzle on the website to get to the location, find the sticker in that location with the password on it to get to the next clue on the website. And so I was walking around very trying to subtly put stuff places without people knowing.
Secret mission.
A secret mission, bro.
It really felt like a secret
mission. And once I had all the clues placed, I double checked that I put each one in the right spot. I was like, it's ready. And then we started putting QR codes. And that basically started the whole thing, because then people could access the website.
Yeah, the QR codes are just randomly in different places. Mm-hmm. What happened is we'd scan the QR and it would bring the website up, and then you do the whole thing.
Yep. And so we put them everywhere. And I think the coolest thing for me about it was walking around and seeing people pull out their phone and scan the QR codes, and seeing people going to the locations that we had described, and looking under tables, and it hit me in my brain. I was like, people are finding this and they're actually trying to find it.
Yes, I remember there was one specific one that stuck that what's the word I'm looking for? That stuck out to me.
Yeah.
We were in, after each day they have a church service,
yeah,
and we're in the top booths, and we put a QR code behind us in the seat behind us.
Yeah.
I remember specifically, we were sitting together, obviously, and there was a guy behind us, and he was like, "What is this? Is this a QR code?" And he scanned it, and he opened it, and he looked at it, and he was like, "Pandora's lockbox? What is this?"
Dude.
And we were looking at each other, and it was...
Oh my gosh,
it
I
was
remember that.
So, it was just such an unreal feeling.
It was crazy because that guy was sitting right behind us, looking at his phone what is this?
Seat behind us.
And we knew exactly what was going on, and
we just
nobody
looked
else
at each other. We were just
so crazy.
Try not to make it obvious. We were like, "This is so cool.
This is so cool." Yeah,
so cool.
And ended up, the prize money was $100
cash.
If cash, if you want, and we just had that. We just kept it on us.
Yeah, literally.
We did not expect it to be finished as. I made it way easier because he thought nobody was going to be able to do any of the puzzles. He thought we made them too hard.
Yeah.
And
some of them, yeah.
To be fair, I think some of the ideas I had were a little bit difficult, but.
What were some of the ideas you had? I don't remember exactly some of the ideas you had.
I think I had I thought of some different codes that were really uncommon. I thought of basically I would create for instance a base 64 decoder. If you put you can convert something into base 64, which is a computer language that is unreadable. You can't read it unless you put it through a base 64 decoder. And I didn't want to put hints. I just wanted people to try to figure it out on their own. But he was like, you should put a hint on there because people aren't going to know that's base 64. Was the basic idea. So we had one that was Morse code. We had one that was a Caesar cipher, and we had one that was whatever. And I don't think I put anything on the Morse code one, but on the Caesar cipher, I put Caesar in small letters as a hint.
In the letter.
Yeah. C. I think we probably could have done more puzzles, but
we could have done more puzzles, and we honestly
it would have taken longer.
Took the Caesar out of it.
Yeah.
I was unfamiliar that how much people knew about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't expect people, because I watch game theorists, the game theory and stuff, and they have codes in there, and I used to read secret agent books as a kid, so I knew all about secret codes and whatever, and finding ARG stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how common this was going to be at a church camp.
Yeah.
Because I figured not many people were going to know about it. But literally the first day, that we ran it.
After lunch.
We were eating lunch. We were eating lunch on the first day.
At 12.
Yes. And
12.
these two kids came up to us.
4. Remember, it was 4.
The first kid, it was 1.
Oh, yeah, it was 1.
It was 1 kid at first, not 2. One kid came up to us at first, and he saw us with the name tags, and he said, "The moon is getting closer." And I was like, "No way!"
What?
I was like, "You found it that fast?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" And I like gave him the $100, and I was like, "Congratulations, bro!"
It was in our minds. We wanted to make it more mysterious. People come up to us. It was like the moon's getting closer, and we're gonna like look at each other and like give them the money and make it like not as inconspicuous. But we were just both shocked.
We got literally shell shocked.
Instantly like broke character, and it was like, what?
Yeah.
That fast? Because it was like within 2.5. It was like 2 hours, an hour and a half. Like 2-something hours. They finished all the puzzles, got everything, and came up to us, found us.
They speed ran it. It was crazy.
It was insane.
Yeah, it was wild. But yeah, we gave them the money. It was like crazy. I was expecting it to take at least a day.
At least a day.
But yeah, they came up to us, and then we had to take the name tags off. And for the rest of it, like, we couldn't go and get all the QR codes because we pretty much forgot about where we put them. But people were still looking for it after it got finished, and so like I would be like hanging out, and at one point I saw a guy looking up at the password, and he was like looking for the thing I had hidden, and I was like, "Hey, are you looking for the Pandora's lockbox thing?" And he was like, "Yeah, you know where it is?" And I was like, "That somebody already finished that." And he was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah, they already got the prize."
It got so much bigger than we thought it was gonna be.
Yeah,
it was like the talk of the camp.
I never heard anybody talking about it, and I think part of that was because we made it where it was like you have to keep it within your group, otherwise the more people who know about it, the less chance you have of winning.
I think that's what it was.
And because like those 4 guys, it was 4 people working together to get it, and they each like split the money. So if the more people who know about it and the more people who are trying to figure it out, the less money you would get at the end, because like you're trying to split it between all these people. So everybody was kind of keeping it secretive, but it was just so cool. It was genuinely
it was just like highlight of the year.
Yes.
Just made the church camp so much cooler. It was just like just everything felt different. We walked around, and me personally walked around, and it just felt like we were just like separated from all these people because we were doing this thing. It was like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
It was really.
The way I could put it is like, it felt like we were in a black and white movie, but we were the only ones in color.
That's a cool analogy. It was like, well, I mean, to be fair, we were like in on a secret. Like that we had created. Like it wasn't like crazy, but we came up with this thing and nobody else knew about it. And then I think it was actually better that they found it so fast, because we then had the rest of camp to just chill. We didn't have to like worry about it. I guess we didn't have to worry about we called ourselves like the wardens of the game or something. And we didn't have to worry about being the wardens because we could just chill and it was like done. So
it was kind of nice that it got unfinished, but I feel like it would have been cool if it went on a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because to see how much longer, but it was cool. It's still,
but
it didn't defeat the factor at all. It was still just as cool.
And one thing that I thought was really cool, and was I think the best compliment I got about it, was one of the kids who finished it said that he didn't even realize it was campers who had done it. He thought it was done by the camp counselors. He thought it was by the camp, even though I put on the website, this is made by campers for campers. It does not involve the camp counselors. They thought it was made by the camp counselors because I put a lot of work into the website. I made the cards look really nice.
It was well done.
It was really cool.
Well done. It was not half.
It was not half baked, bro.
It was finished.
It was
polished.
Cool. We put work into that. Cool. We put like a week and a half into just working on it nonstop.
It was. Did. Stickers came. We ordered stickers from a website. Yeah. Paid for the stickers. Then we get advanced shipping. Or something like that.
Yeah, they had an option where the more stickers you bought, the better you could like choose your shipping, and we had to choose a faster shipping option because we didn't have as much time. But
got like 10 stickers for each one. And the coolest part is that on the stickers we had names.
Yeah.
And the names were a little bit of lore here. The names. We're starting a band, and we're doing the band thing.
Yeah.
We're making a band. It's called Eyeless.
Yeah, what was on the name tag.
What was the name tags? And on the little lock key for the passwords, the letter that we put was previous band names that we thought was cool.
Yes.
And we were going to name them.
Yeah.
One was Kilter.
Yeah.
One was, what was the other one? Sparrow?
There was Slope.
Slope. One was Kilter. One was Slope. I don't remember the other ones. But it was so cool. Just like having that like. It was just cool. It was just cool. Like having that like.
And the thing, and the result of like us choosing the old band names that we thought were cool was all the words kind of sounded cool. They were like all cool words because we wanted to name a band after those words. But yeah,
that was the coolest thing. That was like highlight of the year.
Honestly,
it was like
that was sick. Oh. And then I had a bunch of videos that I took during that I like edited into a video, which is not public, but. It
was cool. I remember that. We were like, day one of the oh, man. Just like thinking back on that, it was so cool.
It was so cool.
It was so good. I remember also another thing. I remember it. Is that all you wanted to say about them?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. For the dinosaur outfits, there's another thing that we did. We went into the concession stand with the dinosaur outfits.
Yes, we bought Mountain Dew.
We bought Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper, I think. It was so funny because the doors are only, human size, but the dinosaur outfits are like 3 heads above yours. So when you walked in there, it like flopped your head back, and you'd walk in and fling it back up. It was so good. We walked in there. We had a bunch of church people in there. It was Avian.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's like two of the people that came to our church that we like ride with.
Yeah.
We didn't ride with them, but anyway, they worked at the concession stand. And it was like, is that Isaiah? And we're like, no.
Yes.
And then. Oh man, it was so good. We went in there, we bought Cokes, we got our cards out and whatever. Yes. We had a guy following one of our friends following us. He wanted to film it for his YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like our holdie guy, so we had our backpacks and had our wallets. He gave us the money. He gave it to them. We bought everything. We went out there and we drank it, but we didn't drink it. The dinosaurs drank it.
We poured it into the
dinosaur's mouth. And it was so funny. There was no humiliation at all. It was just we
genuinely had so much fun.
It was so much fun, which is crazy because I know you and I know me, we were like not social people at all.
It was so weird.
I was like I used to not be confident or anything like that. And it's like I feel like once I met you, it just like went away. And we were just like
and I feel like when I'm in public with you versus when I'm in public without you, I'm so much more outgoing. Maybe it's just because like I'm with friends, but when I'm in a store, I'm just like there's like a man on a mission. I'm like going in, getting my groceries, and leaving. But when I'm in a store with you, we're like talking, we're bantering, we're like laughing, like being crazy. You're always screaming about something. Like
it's just genuinely a funner time, and it's just like you should never be like that.
I remember the first year at church camp, you kept telling me to go up and say things to people, like testing my confidence. And I was not a confident person, but I thought you were like so much more confident than me. So I was like, well, I have to be confident for this guy. And so you told me, go tell that girl her hair is cool. And I was like, okay. And I went over and I was like, your hair is cool. And she was like, thank you. I was like, yep. And like went back and I was like, see, I'm so confident. And you were like, what? And I thought you were more confident than me. So it was like,
and you told me to do stuff, and I was like, I can't. No, you first. I just never did it. I was such a like non-confident person. Sorry. I'm done. No,
it's not fair.
It's not fair. But now we're both just chilling, and it's just like just crazy to think that like it's just like I don't know. It's just weird. It's so weird to think back at that time in life where you don't ever talk to anybody. You're not confident.
Yeah.
I remember one time you told me a story that like. You made like almost a tribute to me, and you were like, you saw a guy with a tattoo, and you told him you had a cool tattoo, and you told me the story, and he's like, I told that guy he had a cool tattoo because you said to do something like that, or because I was thinking of you.
Yeah.
Is that how it went?
I just saw a guy, and his tattoo looked really cool. I forget exactly what it was.
I think it was a spider.
I think it was. No, it was a girl with a spider tattoo. It was a girl with a spider tattoo, and she was in a drive-thru. We were in a drive-thru with my family, and I saw her tattoo and I thought it was really cool, and I was in the passenger seat as my mom or dad was driving or whatever, and I was like, I like your tattoo, and she was like, thank you. Oh my god, yeah. And I was like, the only reason I did that is because as I saw the tattoo, I was like, dang, that's a cool tattoo, like I should tell her. And I was like, no, I won't. And I was like, but Isaiah would. And so I was like, I like your tattoo. That's the only reason I said it, because I was like, Isaiah would say it, and he's way more confident than me, so I should be more confident and do that. But
it's hilarious.
It's so crazy.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Man. Wow.
Well,
I think that's about it.
I mean, that's a good intro episode.
That's a great intro episode.
That's a good starting episode.
It's like what is it, hour 8 minutes? Hour Hour 9 minutes?
An hour 9 minutes. You need binoculars.
Yeah, but dude, those help, man. If you didn't know that, your mom never told you that before. If you want to see the mountains, you do this. Never told you that before.
You could do that with real binoculars.
They're not as good.
It's not as good as your hands. Hey guys, I see you much better now.
Next episode, we're gonna be doing this the whole time. Yeah, this. Okay. Okay.
So
anyway,
good. We're gonna stop being stupid.
That's the first episode,
Number one
of Quack Zone podcast. Oh yes,
yes sir.
So good. Thanks for watching, man.
Genuinely,
I think this is gonna be. We're gonna keep this up for as long as we possibly can.
Yep.
We're gonna have interviews. Next episode, we're probably gonna post them at the same time. You think, right?
Probably 2 at the same time.
2 at the same time.
One intro episode and one to be like an actual.
One to be like an actual episode. It's gonna be top 10 favorite movies. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be.
That's
fun.
gonna be cool.
I think we're doing it right now after this.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's gonna be. So that's why if we're wearing the same shirts.
That's what we did.
That's why. Because we did it at the same time.
I might take my hat off, change it up. You know?
Oh, I might just not wear a shirt.
Nobody wants to see that.
Probably not.
Nobody wants to see that, genuinely.
Thanks for watching. Quack Zone, first episode. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm James. He's Isaiah.
Yep. We're your hosts.
Heck yeah, dude. I don't know how to pause it.
You hit the button.
Okay.
All right. Bye.